This is the standard Sega Genesis 3-button controller. And this is the Sega Genesis Megafire.
Genesis does
16-bit arcade graphics.
You can't do this on Nintendo. Genesis does.
Alright, just a quick rundown of the controller itself. Here's the Sega Genesis Megafire logo, and as you can see, looking at the old one, they've moved the start button to the other side, and that's because they needed room for these turbo switches right here. And as you can see, there's a turbo switch for each button, which was a great feature. And it says auto on and off, so you can just leave them off, put them on turbo, or you can put them on auto fire, which is a different feature, and we'll get to that later. You have your standard D-pad, and unlike the Genesis controller that I own, it's highlighted with red. Well, I think we need to test this thing out, so what game should we play?
Mortal Kombat on Sega Genesis is the best video game ever.
Well, since Mortal Kombat is the best game ever, we're going to test it out with that. And just for fun, we're going to put all 3 switches in the auto position. Dang, it's official. This thing plays the game for you. Alright, so my final thoughts on the Sega Genesis Megafire. This thing is pretty awesome. I recommend you go out and buy one. I got mine at a thrift store for about $3. They're pretty easy to find and relatively affordable. So, you know, this is a really great controller. I know I got a little carried away with the auto switches on Mortal Kombat, but, I mean, really, if you just used it as a turbo controller, when you're playing those space shooters, I have Thunder Force 2, for example, when you're playing that, you can just switch it on to turbo and hold down your fire button, and you can just whiz through these levels. It's pretty amazing what these things can do and how far they can get you in the game. Now, a lot of people are purists, and, you know, they want to play the game, you know, strictly without, you know, cheats or anything, and, you know, this might not be the controller for you if you're that kind of person. You know, some people would consider it as cheating. I think it's a really great way to get through those hard levels when you need it. But, yeah, the Sega Genesis Megafire.
You can't do this on Nintendo. Genesis does
16